Where all the scary noises at?
I got them right here.
Don't move. You moved.
That's why.
Oh, shit.
Got them.
Let me hear a scary sound.
Feel free. Let's see.
What we got? What you got?
Well, welcome to the podcast, guys. This is a Halloween.
Hold on.
Hey, special.
Wait, I gotta put on a mask.
Oh, damn.
Come on, man.
So wait, am I have to? Do I have to blur your face out for everything now before we even start?
Yeah.
It's gonna take some time.
We'll cut this part off and then.
Yeah.
I'll just put like a block.
Don't even. Damn, my hair's getting stuck on.
I'll put a cube.
Committed.
All right.
All right.
All right. You all ready?
Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
Welcome to the podcast, guys. This is the Halloween special going on.
Been a long time coming.
Long time coming. We've been waiting this for a whole freaking year just to get this podcast going. And it's probably been one of the top things that's been on most of our minds, especially myself, as you can see what's going on here with the fit. You already know. And we got Mr.
Mr. Jason Voorhees.
Sorry, I don't got the effect on here, but you already know, you get the gist. Young Jason Voorhees with us today, special guest. Thank you for coming. Jason doesn't talk, but he does have great knife skills. So
Machete skills.
machete, yeah. You should see him in Fruit Ninja. But yeah, we've been waiting for this podcast for a while, and
You can find them at the Camp Crystal Lake.
Camp Crystal Lake. Yeah, you know that's actually in.
Having teens.
They have a Crystal Lake is actually in
Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's also Michael Myers is based.
Michael Myers also. And the Candyman.
Candyman, Cabrini Green.
Down the block.
That's where it's at, man.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
You want to film your scary movies or whatever? Film them here in Chicago. We got you.
True. Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
Transformers too.
Have you guys seen the new trailer for Batman?
Bro.
That's just fire, man. I can't wait for that movie.
Hype or no hype?
Bro,
Hell
yeah.
I'm excited to see that. So especially Andy Serkis, to see him as Alfred.
Bro.
And it looks like he's gonna be the Alfred that fights. Seen him with that scar in his eye?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
That's just gonna be
Because in one of the stories it says that he trained Batman since he
Nah.
was a kid. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
Because he was like
ex special forces.
but like what do they call that? In MI6.
MI6.
Yeah, he was like MI6.
MI6. And
Or
so
like
he's
Scotland Yard or something like that. He was like top level in England.
like Kingsman.
Becomes a butler when he retires.
He was a
starts
king.
training
He was a
Batman.
Kingsman.
A young Bruce Wayne teaches him all he knows and shit.
Mm.
And I feel like that's the Alfred we're gonna see in that movie. Dude, how about the Penguin, man?
Penguin?
the Penguin.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't even recognize Colin Farrell. Like you gotta be told that that's him.
You
Yeah.
know, Jonah Hill denied that role.
Oh yeah, because he wanted a shit ton of money or something like that.
I think he wanted triple of what, triple or double what Pattinson was getting, and then he's also because he didn't want the role because because he would be have to be fat, and
He doesn't like to be fat.
I think he's been shamed too much about his body and image and stuff over the years, so he's kind of like, I don't want to do it. But
Yeah, that makes sense.
it would have been interesting just to see him, like to be in the movie, because he already did Wolf of Wall Street with Scorsese. I mean, he did a bunch of other movies, but he's skilled. Moneyball too, Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah, Moneyball.
But yeah, we've been waiting for this podcast for a while. Just shit going on, work.
Yep.
we definitely couldn't miss this out because last year we missed it out too when we first started. I think I was talking with Lewis, and I was like, man, we need to get a Halloween special. That's like probably the only holiday I celebrate.
Yeah, we were floating around with the idea of doing a Halloween special for 2 years now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Finally came through.
Damn.
Even this was kind of hard to get together.
Oh yeah, this is we're actually doing this late at night, so back to our old traditional ways.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think this adds more to the whole experience of the Halloween
True.
special because it's at night, and we got something different for you guys today. But definitely our costumes seem to fit well. Lewis has Lewis. I know you're the gamer guy.
Yeah, who did you come up? Who are you dressed up as
You
today?
don't know who he is? Remember the guy with the PC?
From where? The gamer
World of
guy?
Warcraft? Some South Park?
On South.
Hell no. Sam, chill.
Yo, cause you do look like it.
I don't even play. What are you talking about?
Hey, don't play. Nah, Lewis is on a whole nother level.
I came as myself.
Okay, South.
That's scary enough.
Scary. Damn, nature, you scary. But yeah, I'm dressed up as 456. If you guys have watched Squid Game, shout out Squid Games, shout out Netflix. You already know the plug.
Shout out to Netflix for sure.
Yeah,
That took me a while to watch. It wasn't until like a shit ton of people were recommending me that show that I finally got around to watch it, and I was like, oh,
It's a good thing I watched that show before it became viral.
Right. Oh yeah, because then everything would have got spoiled.
Yeah.
I was already getting a little spoiled, especially with the character. So
Which one?
if you haven't listened to watch Squid Games, definitely
Spoilers?
skip this over maybe like 5-10 minutes. Timestamp. We'll put that. But definitely one of the guys they gave one of the guys deaths away and stuff. So I was kind of like upset about that, but still it was still epic though. Just the ending, just the actors in general. Ji-hoon.
the way they did my girl dirty in that, man.
Oh yeah, Kang
Which
Se.
one?
Kang Se
Hated that.
Byuk. Kang Se Byuk. Her I think her original name is let me see. I have it written down because it's hard.
Old lady?
No, it's Hoyeon Jung. She's also a model. She was in Korea's Next Top Model
That was
Yeah.
her first acting gig.
debut.
Damn, she did good.
For
Yeah.
real.
No, she was
real
badass.
good. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she was badass.
Do you guys remember right in the beginning of the scene where Ji-hoon runs into her and she steals
Yeah.
steals the money? You know that was all improv, like her reaction. So it was in the
Well, the improv was the straw part.
the
But
straw
He
part.
was
Yeah.
supposed to hand her back the drink.
Yeah, so the guy Ji-hoon, when he bumped into her, basically, like, ended up picking up her cup that fell on the floor. The straw came out of the cup, and he like grabbed the straw, and like was trying to put it back in the cup and like try to get it out of her way and stuff. And you can see in the shot while he's giving to her the cup, and she's like trying to like get it back. Part of her face where it's like it looks like she's about to laugh, but she ducks her head a little more. And then basically,
Yeah, she ducks her head because she couldn't keep a straight face when he was doing that. That was funny.
so they keep it in the shot. But I think that was pretty cool that they kept it in there. And then just everyone's good as hell. But did you guys watch it in Korean
course.
and English
Yeah.
subtitles?
Of course.
That's definitely how you gotta watch it. I had other friends at work that they're also starting to watch it, and they're güeros, and they were watching English, and I told them, and I recommended it, and then they tried, and they're like, dude, that was like, I'm so glad that you recommended it because it just felt so much better watching it.
Yeah. My mom and me, we all watched it in Spanish.
Oh, for real?
Second time.
Damn. Did your mom like it?
She thought it was too graphic.
Oh, too graphic.
Yeah, man. Come on. First episode, they're fucking headshotting people.
Yeah.
True.
My mom's Catholic, bro.
No, it's cool.
Like, dead ass. Like,
Well, I
No
mean,
scope.
no
They
scope.
no scope these fucking people, bro.
I mean, Catholics do.
Dude, I went in there blind on it. I was like, what the fuck is this Squid Game? The name alone sounded kind of dumb. But I was like, fuck it, everybody's watching it, so let me go check it out. And damn, yeah, first episode, once everybody started getting shot, like, you know,
Yeah.
when they run back because they start panicking,
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck? That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm very grateful. My sister loves freaking South Korean episodes and like K-pop and shit like that, anime.
She got
she
you
was-
into it?
Oh, so she got you.
She got to it before it even got to like, you know, viral. Like I said, you know, before the TikToks, before the Instagram memes, all that shit. So I was like, yo, what are you watching? Cause like they started having sex, bro, like in the freaking bathroom. Like what the
Oh,
fuck is
yeah.
Oh,
going
yeah, yeah.
on?
I remember that.
And I'm like, yo, what are you watching? She's like, chill, it's a show. In the living room, bro.
How old is she?
She's like 19.
Turn it off. You too young. Too young.
Too young, bro. But to me, she's like 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm pretty sure just having a sister, you know, look at them as you're never growing up, you're gonna be a kid. It's like that dad mentality.
Yeah, bro.
But that's that Catholic father. Speaking of Catholics, good thing to touch on the subject because just Halloween in general is the whole Latinos and Mexicans being Catholic and stuff. There's a lot of supernatural,
Yeah.
just shit that goes on in those households, and you know, no one really talks about it. But in the premise of Halloween, do you guys ever dress up for Halloween? Like, I know you guys,
I
You
used
grew
to
up-
back when I was a kid, but that's about it.
because you guys, I know Munoz, you grew up in Pilsen, right?
Yeah, we definitely dressed up. Lucha Libre, vampires, wolves, zombies. Mostly Lucha Libres. And my mom would go crazy. She would wear this Rey Mysterio mask, like this all gold Rey Mysterio mask. And she would wear this like poncho that was like Chivas.
She just went. She didn't go as Rey Mysterio. She just went as Mexican,
She just went crazy, bro. I'm like, yo, you.
Super Mexico. Right?
Yeah.
bro. But I feel like some of it's like parents do want to, like, even when as you get older, like dressing up and Halloween. I know some people don't like to do it and they think it's like corny, but for me, it's like I still love doing it because it's kind of like,
I still do it here and there, but
yeah.
I don't go all out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I don't got the funds for that.
I think I stopped when I was like 13, 14. Something
Damn.
Like that. Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's,
I mean, the crazy thing about it is that most Mexicans, they don't really dress up on Halloween. They dress up on November 2nd.
oh yeah,
Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
Not my family.
Yeah. Well,
I think Dia de los Muertos is not a thing from on my part of Mexico.
It's not here.
No, but like from my. Oh well, I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe
Somebody's
from what
gonna
I
fact check
remember-
you.
I don't think. Yeah, probably fact check me if you can. But like Jalisco, I don't think they do Dia de los Muertos.
Nah, they should. This is
it depends on the family on
the
From
town.
From what I heard, it was like
maybe.
Native American traditions mixed in with the Catholic tradition.
Nah, it should.
And as you know, fucking Jalisco is like European as fuck. So I doubt they do that shit. Maybe they do. Who
They
knows?
should.
I mean, yeah, I think just celebrating it too. It's I think it's good. I actually want to celebrate like the
Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos because
I don't know.
You got to. This is how you do it. You go to church in the morning. After that, you go and visit them at the cemetery. After that, at the night, you go to church. After that, you go trick or treating.
yeah.
I may get like canceled for this, but this shit that's weird to me, man.
Nah.
You
What?
go and celebrate the dead.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
paying well, you're paying respects and also you're like kind of like celebrating their life. So
Yeah,
you're not celebrating that
life.
they're like they're passed away, but you're celebrating that the life that they give. So a lot of the things that they do is like they'll have a table, and
Yeah.
that table they'll pull like their
An
favorite
altar.
Yeah, and then they'll do their favorite food. So everyone will cook their favorite food. Like it can't be eating. Like no one eats
can't.
it. But it's like I think there's a more spiritual aspect to it where it's
Yeah.
like they're there with
I
you.
forgot how it goes
mean, to
because
me-
I was in Mexico for Dia de los Muertos last year, and it was pretty dope, bro. It was like a party every other day
Yeah,
of
Man,
November.
just don't fuck with that. But
it's
to
like
each their own. They can do whatever they want.
you celebrating with death. You don't.
It's all good.
Are you like trying to shy away from just the presence of death?
No, I just don't really fuck with it. Like
It's something you wouldn't really do.
I find
It's
it
not
kinda,
part of your tradition.
find it kind of weird to do, but I'm not gonna bag on them for doing it. Like they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
it's
your
your
cup of tea.
opinion,
I
yeah.
mean, it's like it's also just like celebrating holidays, like
Exactly.
I seen how to celebrate, and it's kind of, I don't know. There's something that's a little creepy to me about it.
But I mean, I think that's has to do with a lot of like religions and a lot of like that's pretty much like everything's gonna be different. I think it's just I think once you dip your toes in a bit and do some research and stuff and kind of
Mm-hmm.
I did that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember as a kid in Mexico. I did that. We did that thing where I don't know if you guys heard about that. Where like you kneel, but you walk on your knees
oh yeah
Oh yeah.
yeah
from one place to like a church or some shit.
Yeah, they do that in Mexico City.
I remember I did that once. That shit sucked, man.
You do that
shit
for La
hurt.
Virgen,
yeah.
but you only do that because there's something wrong with you. You don't do that just cause.
I don't know what it was. I was too young to know what the fuck. They just told me do it. We went and did it. But
Yeah.
afterwards, I was like, yeah, never doing that again.
Is it like you said it was something you did wrong? Is it like
Yeah.
because you're trying to like
Yeah, something about for
Je-
like for
was it because since Jesus like died for his sins and then like he also walked
Yeah.
and
Something like that.
something
But
like
it's for the Virgen. It's only for the Virgen. You yeah.
yeah, because I remember when my dad passed.
I think it was for the Virgen.
It has to be
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
when I was in Mexico City, sorry to cut you off, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
only in Mexico City because that's where she appeared. So they have two churches. So they have the old church that was getting flooded, and then they have the new church, which is like a freaking. It's like a.
I don't think I
it's
was.
a castle.
I think I was in Mexico City when we did
It's
that.
it's in Mexico City, bro.
Yeah, but let me
Unless they do it in your town for like another whole another reason.
probably.
It
I
could be
wouldn't know
either
what to
or.
tell you, man. I've been here for 22 years. So,
I feel you.
Yeah, true.
Man, you
I-
gotta do
we-
your
we gotta
due
go back to the
diligence,
motherland.
man. You
No
gotta do
idea.
your due diligence, man. You gotta-
One day we'll go back to the motherland. I'll bring
one
you.
day.
I'll bring you in the same
Same
little
way you got
basket,
here.
the same way little
Same
basket that
way
they
you're gonna
pushed
go
you
back.
over in the Rio Grande.
no, yeah, we with what was it called? You know those donuts, the floating ones,
Mhm.
the big ass donut, and we had to wear our clothes over our heads
Damn.
and cross the river. Then afterwards, you get dressed, fucking run for like miles of muddy ass terrain.
As
I remember my shoes were like fucking caked in mud in the bottom, the soles. After a while, I had to like fucking stomp hard as hell.
You're
As-
probably like
yeah.
what?
But the
7?
whole time, you're like hunched over
as a kid,
to keep with the size of the grass.
as a kid, did that scare you? Like I know you said like trick or treating and stuff, and like doing like Halloween stuff. You guys haven't really done. You guys done some, but like you said, we were talking before the podcast. You guys said you didn't really have scary stories to talk about or
No.
things that happened. But as a kid, when that experience happened for you, did it feel scary? Like unknown? Like you know, did it feel like that, or was it kind of like you weren't aware of anything at the moment? We just it just happened.
You were just
Uh,
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had any like that, and like as a kid, where experiences where it's like
Trying to
it's
think.
affected you, or in a way that's like it's scary, like dreams too, like
I'm gonna have to say, well, when we were kids, my mom told us this at our house on 21st Street by Los Campinos de Michoacán, which is a bar on, which is like right here, and then our house was over here, right there. My mom used to say this, She still does. That they used to pull our feet.
Pull your feet.
Yeah.
Like at what was it? Oh, wait,
Yeah, when
was
you
it
were
at a
asleep.
was it a
While we were
place?
asleep at
Oh,
the crib.
oh, at the crib. Was it just because at the apartment or
It's just at that apartment. Cause
Y-
we moved like literally a couple houses down, and we were good.
you
And
think?
that whole house got tore down. We were actually gonna own that house. I think we owned it, and then we couldn't afford to keep it.
So
Some shit like that.
is your mom superstitious? Like believes in like when something's like when it feels like a presence or something.
Nah, not like that. But it's mostly more like like home remedies and shit like that.
Home remedies, yeah.
She had the egg.
Oh
under
yeah,
our
el ojo,
bed.
Egg where?
Yeah, so I don't know how
ojo,
it goes. So basically,
el
you just
ojo, para los haters.
yeah, some shit like that. You just
You got a
keep
lot
the
of
egg
haters.
like in water or some shit. You boil it and you just keep it under your bed.
And somebody absorbs all the bad energy.
I forgot how it goes.
It's freaking weird because some people will talk about it and they're like they would like rub the egg on top over them and then some
Yeah, I don't know about all that. You rubbing it.
like and then they said they would like once you crack the egg it'll come out like green and black.
Damn.
But I haven't seen it in firsthand. But just being having like growing up a little Catholic and stuff, you have a little bit of like not to fuck with that. Like,
Yeah,
there's a certain
cleaning at night you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to sweep or clean at night.
Really?
oh
You're
yes,
not.
look at SpongeBob.
Why?
Yeah, episode the night shift.
You're not supposed to do that. I don't know why.
I actually never heard that. I mean, then that means we shouldn't be closing then.
Yeah.
Right? Nah, like religious reasons I can't close.
Yeah, can't close. I mean, I'm trying to think because that you bring up a good story about the home where you used to live because
Yeah, bro.
Not-
They used to pull our feet. They used to pull my second older brother's feet the most. That's what my mom said.
but did you ever have that? Was it
I remember when I was a kid just waking up at night and just being freaked out, like scared, cause my bro was scared.
did you guys ever experience sleep paralysis?
Nah, hell no.
No.
It's mostly like some superstitious shit.
Lewis,
For sure.
have you ever experienced sleep paralysis?
Once, I remember I was sleeping in the top bunk, and I had my head towards like the.
And we had sorry to cut you off. We had bunk beds too,
Yeah, because I was at the top bunk.
Yeah.
and they dropped my brother.
Damn.
Wait, from the top bunk?
Yeah.
Are you sure he's gonna fall off like?
Nah, he will fall off. He would. I remember when he was fine at the moment. He would tell me like, I just remember waking up and just falling. And like
That's
you know,
fucked.
it's not like the lower bed where you could just slide off.
Yeah.
You gotta freaking go through the whole, the little metal part.
Yeah,
that's
you got the
keeping-
little blocker shelf.
Yeah, you have to go through that whole thing.
Damn, somebody just like scooped him up and dropped him.
I don't know, bro, but that house was that crib,
Nah,
that
fuck
that apartment was scared.
Well, Chicago, I feel like there's a lot of shit. Like even Chicago, I feel like a lot of shit just feels like out of place or it's like haunted.
Weird.
Like I remember you're talking about where you were. I remember there's a place. I'm not sure of the details, especially or where, but I know a friend told me about it because I think it's around Kedzie. But there was a house around there, and so it was a real story.
Oh, you talking about Bobo the Clown?
No, not Ted Bundy. Or it was a Hispanic family, I think, and it was a dad, 2 kids, and a wife, and the dad ended up killing the whole family,
Fuck.
and then I think he ended up killing himself. But ever since that happened, they said they tried selling the house. Some people like bought it and stuff, and everyone who's been in there has experienced like either like a dark, menacing presence where it's like, they feel scared, feeling of coldness and stuff. Also, they feel like seeing a dark entity like popping up in like the thing. So a lot of the families that like I think moved in and stuff ended up like moving out. And one of my friends, she said she used to live literally almost across the street from the house. And she should say that, like, everything was boarded up. Like, sometimes, homeless people would go in and stuff, but they got but it was so boarded up to the point where no one can get in. And they said sometimes you could see someone in the house on the first floor, because it would be the first floor and it'd be like an attic, and they see you would see some like a shadow within the just looking outside. And she said it was like the most scariest thing. Cause it was
What do you mean it's boarded up? How can you see a shadow?
no, like inside. So the doors, like doors, windows, everything's like downstairs, like but upstairs, like you know,
The attic.
yeah, the attic is up still, like
So you can see it through the attic.
yeah, like the window's so it's closed, but you can still see like the
Oh,
reflection.
from like the
Oh, I
cracks
get you.
and shit.
I
Mhm.
get you. I get you.
Yeah, and then they say you could like sometimes you would hear like the like lights turn on and stuff, or like when no one even lived there.
What do you mean,
Um,
like you would hear like you just said that you would hear the lights turn on, like the
Well,
Wouldn't they have the lights off because there's no electricity in that house?
I'm trying. No, not the lights turn off. You would hear. They would hear. They would have noise complaints. So they would hear like like banging, like rustling and stuff.
oh
Okay.
shit.
Like imagine if there was like a struggle and stuff. So they would call because they would think, oh, homeless people are inside, and they're making like
So you guys
noise.
basically have like creepy houses in your neighborhood, right? Like that one.
Well,
creepy-ass house.
that
think-
wasn't where I was. That was like probably like in like
Did you
little,
have like
By
little village.
us,
Would you have like
little village, Kedzie? Yeah, that's
did you have like
Yeah.
a creepy ass house in your neighborhood?
Oh, I had this brings me up a good point because I actually
you wrote about it.
yeah, I wrote about it because literally when I was like thinking about it, it was literally like yesterday. But I lived in the West Ridge neighborhood in uh the north side of Chicago, so no one really knows where it is. Kind of like where Rogers Park is. But literally, I used to go to a school called Clinton Elementary, and they had this they had this giant school, and from pre-K to 8th grade. But from 3rd or 4th grade, um, basically though those classes basically had to go to a church about 5 blocks away from like the Main Street building, and it was tucked in our neighborhood. It was it was on Washington Fairfield, but it was like tucked in. It was like a rustic um, cathedral, like literally church, and we had to basically have class um, on the third and fourth, yeah, second and third floor, and it was the most fucking scariest thing. Like the shit that I remember there, it was just traumatic. Cause no, I don't think it was a traumatic, but there's so much shit that went on, um, that I even had to write it down. Cause I'm like, I want to make sure we go tell you guys about it. Cause
In detail.
in detail. So when you walked in, like the first thing you see in the steps, so you walk in, imagine like a giant gymnasium door,
Okay.
and the basement. So you see steps that going up, and literally a couple of 5 steps to literally go to the sealed off church.
Okay.
30 feet down, is it goes down to the basement,
Okay.
and in the basement is what they have is where we have our lunch, and it's where we have the only bathrooms. And and literally like the lunchroom is just the whole floors are painted like a red maroon. Imagine like dry blood, but like thick, like icing, like on the floor. I don't know why it was colored like that, but that's how it was. It didn't look pretty.
Damn.
But I remember, I mean, the basement was like the only place where the bathrooms were located. So when you walked into the left, like facing like when you walked in to the left, you would see 6 rows of mirrors, and they're huge. Um, and then facing forward there'd be 12 stalls facing left and right, pointing outwards. And then inside the bathroom, literally, are only 2 light bulbs.
Bruh.
One when you walked in, and then one like tucked in a corner. And it's in a basement. And the only light you would get if you were lucky, like to go use the bathroom, was like a streak of light coming through like the windows in the sides of the bathroom, because there was one side where like it popped up, and it was literally like 5 feet high, and it was like just a little ray of light. So like on days where it's like cloudy and stuff, Bro, I remember not even going there to go take a shit. I literally, I spent days. Bro, I will hold it. I will hold because we only went to the bathroom twice.
You have to hold it.
One after lunch, and then one. They would do like a classroom break where you go downstairs, and then they'll have like maybe if you need to go, they'll send you in a group of 3.
Damn, that's scary.
And it wasn't. They started sending us in a group of 3 because there was actually an incident that occurred at the church. Yeah.
And this is what grade were you in?
This was 3rd or 4th grade, so I was maybe like
Grammar school.
Yeah, grammar school. So I was probably 8, 9.
Shit.
And
What happened?
so literally in the bathrooms and stuff. So this is the whole time when Bloody Mary was going on, the whole urban legend.
Yeah.
So back then, we started getting word around it. Everyone was like, let's do it. Let's go in the bathrooms because the mirrors were like huge. And then when the only times you would go is like literally on a bathroom break, or you would go in groups of like, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So a group of girls go down there, and it's about 3 or 4 girls. And they go down there, and they're the only ones down there. Lunch is not going on. It's just, just midday. And they go down there, and they end up doing Bloody Mary. So we end up finding out, literally, that all 5 girls saw something that came out of the mirror. Now, I'm not sure whatever that was, but literally, it got everyone scared. Like, literally, that's when they start putting the protocol where you can't go to the bathroom alone. Yeah. You got to be accompanied. And literally, after that, it was just weird. Just the whole school and church, it was just weird. Like, crazy shit happened. Like I remember this kid fucking ripped open his bicep on a fence.
Holy fuck.
Like, and I remember as a kid, because I remember our school, our class would just go out there, and then we'd be outside waiting for our parents to pick us up, and literally that's what happened. Like, I remember seeing that, the kid and just yelling, because he tried to get up on top of the little roof of this little garage, and it literally cut him open. I remember seeing that, and I was like, I turned away, because it was just, I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Gore. You're like 9.
And
real life.
But yeah, and it was always in our neighborhood, like that. That's it, in that little church. I never seen anybody go to church there or anything. It was always sealed off.
Just there.
Yeah, like when you go up the stairs to your classroom, the 2nd, 3rd floor, you always pass around the church, because the church is in the 1st floor. But all you see is the stained glass, the seats, the Jesus Christ on the cross there, and you would always pass it by every day. So it was just kind of it was just weird. And in that year too, it was just so it was that one kid cutting open his bicep or arm.
Nah, fuck that.
I remember my crush denying me for a Valentine because she already got one before it did. What else happened? 9/11 happened.
Oh, fuck.
My bowl haircut.
Your boy.
Shit.
Me being in the children's Chicago choir.
That reminds me, bro. Y'all ever booked a room at the Congress Hotel?
Nah.
Never. It came up where friends wanted to go, but I've seen documentaries and stories about it where it's
Happened to you?
So I booked a room 3 times, all in the nighttime, because they were cheap, and now I know why.
How much were they going?
Man, a night was $180. If you wanted to stay at at the W or something, it's $400.
Did you ever experience anything?
Huh?
Did you ever experience anything?
I always felt like somebody was watching me.
Fucked.
Now, do you know what went on there? Because I know something about I'm not sure if it was
Capone or something.
Capone used to have routes going through
the
Congress, and it would go up north.
Yeah, Capone had a route going through my old high school. One of my old high schools, Benito Juarez. He had one route. And I remember the principal telling us this shit. Damn. And security also telling us this shit that, there's a basement door It's basically like how Chapo had his shit.
Hmm. You know, a lot of I think my old school we had a nuclear fallout shelter.
Holy fuck!
Like the door had the radiation sign. It was like a nuclear fallout shelter.
That's fucked.
It was always locked, but
Fucking Soviet Union type.
yeah.
Time.
So the whole I mean, even after the whole 9/11 stuff, that was always like a thing in mind of like that's where they would like everyone would go.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Yeah, but it was weird because it was just kind of like the
Northside kids would have everything.
a little bit. I mean, we had you know, it's funny because our school teacher supposedly he like owned. I think he partly owned PBS.
Yeah, you see.
Or something. I don't know, or he like PBS or kids or something. But he like I don't know. His name's Jim Mills. But I remember this dude. This guy was literally giving us money for getting good grades. So if you got honor roll, I remember my older brother. He got like a honor roll like every semester, and I guess you get like $100 bond.
Bro.
So you get $100 bond, and you put it in the bank, and then a couple years later, that $100 would go up.
Doubles up, yeah.
Yeah, and it was so the guy was fucking loaded. But he gave us a lot of stuff. Like paid for people's DC trips, like a whole grade class, like just to go DC. I didn't go because I was like, I'm broke. He stopped. He stopped after that. But
going back to the Congress Hotel, bro. Yeah,
yeah.
man, the hallways are like super old, bro, and creepy. It's just like how you were mentioning the floor, how it was so thick.
Yeah.
And the paint, that's how the walls are. Like you describing that reminded me of the Congress Hotel, of the walls, of the paint. It just looks like somebody's been painting and painting
over it. Yeah.
And it's just this like off-white, white, like cream.
Yeah, that's how the bathrooms were in my elementary school. They were like
the floors are just like this old school fucking carpet that's never been, taken out, I guess, because it's vintage now.
Oh, yeah.
And you just see, like, stains on them and shit like that.
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised that there was literally a murder that happened right there, and that stain...
Or something, bro.
Imagine you get the blood from on the elevator, like from The Shining.
Oh, damn. That's how I was literally thinking, like, when you were talking about
that would happen to you, dude? Imagine that shit.
Bro, the elevators, they are so fucking old, bro.
I just watched The
Shining? The new one?
No, they did a kind of like a spoof of it in The Simpsons.
Oh.
And Treehouse of Terror. You ever seen those episodes?
Oh, yeah.
No,
I always liked those.
They did that one where like Mr. Burns was like a vampire.
No, I never seen it.
Or was it where he was a vampire? I don't remember. But I just saw it last night, but I forgot. But it was like they turn on the elevator, they press it, and then the blood comes out. He's like, oh, that's weird. The blood usually comes out on the second floor. It was funny. He like didn't give a shit.
But listen to this, bro. Tell me why. Our room was like on the 8th floor. So there's numbers to go there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that room, that floor, you had to go to like the whole nother end of the hallway to go up there.
What was your room number?
I forgot.
1408?
Or
is it 1401? I can't remember.
No,
it was 1408. Yeah. But yeah, it was so weird, bro. And then
not to cut you up, but like the hotels you guys been at, do they skip the 13th floor?
I'm not sure.
Oh. So
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Because it goes from 12 to
14. I never noticed.
I never knew that.
Maybe if next time
they probably do. Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it.
Check it next time you go in a hotel.
The third time I stood there, bro, in the fucking night it gets so fucking cold, bro.
The attic.
The room.
The room.
Yeah, bro, so fucking cold.
I remember I had sleep paralysis in New York in one of the hotels I was staying at, and literally it was like an old school, like like almost the same type of like Congress, but it was small. It was nice though, but I'm not sure. I think maybe it was like just having anxiety or something about the trip, or I don't know. Also being a first trip, But I remember that.
You felt like a presence.
No, I literally like there was literally.
You can tell though, like with certain spirits.
Did you know? Did you feel something?
It was a black shadow literally over
But
me.
like some of them, like
Ain't no fucking way.
They
Yeah.
give you a bit of a feeling, like if it's even if you could see it like a shadowy figure or something, you can feel it. Like sometimes if it's like a calming spirit,
Yeah.
you feel safe. You feel like calming, like a calming energy.
You don't feel threatened.
Not at all. Like you feel like you're calm, you're good.
Yeah.
But you know there's something there, So there's a little bit of an uneasy feeling, but still it feels comfortable. But on the other hand, when there's something, like an evil spirit or whatever the fuck, you kind of tend to, your anxiety kind of spikes a little bit, right? You feel kind of like, oh shit, this
Your mind starts to play tricks on you.
Yeah, I think that was my mind playing tricks on me, cause
yeah, true. But if you're a believer, you believe it that way. If you're not,
exactly,
you believe it the other way.
Exactly. That's why I every time in that Congress Hotel, bro. That's why I was like, it's a good thing I pray.
How was the energy? Was it a negative or
the
positive?
vibe was in the hallways was definitely like a bad vibe.
A bad vibe?
Yeah, because the room was like all like I had to go to the other side of the freaking building to get to that room. But if you walk in, it says, okay, everything's making sense. So 100, 200, 300, 400, okay, 800. Okay, we're going to the 8th floor. So why the fuck we have to go that way to go to the 8th floor? To go to that room, that side of the building.
what the fuck?
You think there's something on the other side?
Maybe
it didn't make sense.
Maybe access was cut off, like certain parts of the building that they don't want you to access. Like some might have like like the service shafts where you can like service carts or laundry would go down.
Yeah. True. Yeah,
or maybe an elevator.
It just didn't make sense.
People be stealing, man.
And then in like walking through the hallways is like so dead. And I was with somebody at the time and I was like, yo, are we the only people on this floor?
Damn.
Yeah.
It felt like that.
Imagine checking out and you're like, oh,
because even I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
The person I was with, she goes, this feels creepy. And I was like, I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
But this shit does feel a little off.
Wouldn't it be crazy if you were the only one in that whole building?
Nah. There was definitely people in there.
No, I'm saying, like, imagine that shit. You come out and then you're telling somebody, oh, yeah, I was there the other night. Like, what are you talking about? That place has been closed down for
what do you
years.
mean? What do you mean, sir?
Wouldn't that fucking scare the shit out of you?
Yeah, bro.
Like, you saw people. They attended you and
I'll
everything,
lose
right?
my shit.
But later on, you tell them, like, oh, yeah, I stayed in this hotel. It was dope. It felt nice. They're like, the fuck you talking about? That place isn't closed
Even
down
in the
for years.
morning.
What do you mean, sir?
So we checked out like
You've always
early
been
as
here.
fuck. We checked out like at 8 o'clock in the morning, like 8:15, 8:20. We checked out that early. Even walking through the hallways that early in the morning
felt weird,
bro.
Yeah. Speaking of elevators, I've always been kind of a little afraid of elevators.
Me too.
Just
kinda.
taking one.
I get a bit of vertigo when it goes up and shit.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everything like fucking comes down.
It's like the G2 when you go down to G2 and your balls go
Damn,
go in.
That means I
go in
won't
your
be able
chest.
to go.
Yo, you
like,
got a straw?
Strong.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I actually do. Hold up.
Get a straw.
Talking about the bad vibe, good vibe. I remember this one apartment I used to live in. Back when I was writing like stories and shit, I'd be in my laptop 3-4 in the morning, and I would feel someone like kind of like that. It'd be
touching
air.
Your hair?
It'd be air, but you could feel it just on this side, just kind of something caressing the hair. But it felt like a calming energy, It didn't make me feel uneasy, but like still feeling the fact that like somebody feel, like, and then you feel this and shit. You're like, oh, it's kind of creepy.
I feel like there is good spirits or like
it.
Yeah, fit. You just gotta find the hole, man.
No, the bottom one.
Yeah.
That one. No. Up. One more up. Right there. You'd have to feel the hole every time.
But yeah, man.
Bring out the sauce.
The Congress Hotel, bro. Book it if you want the experience.
We should do that.
Feel like
we should do that one day.
Nah, man, because I don't want that bad vibe. I don't want that bad energy following me home.
Fuck it, though. Just one time.
I don't want that I don't want whatever's there to follow me home.
You won't.
Have you guys seen
Yeah.
Those guys that go there, like I don't know how they do it, and like not be that scared. Like I think last episode they went to the Conjuring house
Oh yeah.
and they stayed there.
The what?
The Conjuring House.
The Conjuring house.
What is that?
You know the movie The Conjuring?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where they keep the Annabelle.
Basically, all the Annabelle, Llorona.
You know? Oh,
Conjuring.
remember the where we used to film the podcast? My old apartment.
Yeah.
They had an Annabelle doll
Oh
on the
shit.
stairs.
That
And
ass?
yeah, dude, it was the original Annabelle doll, not the one from the movie.
Oh.
The little Raggedy Ann doll.
Oh yeah.
So I remember I was coming down to throw out the trash. You gotta throw it through the back. I was like, oh shit, that's the Annabelle doll, and I just keep going, throw the trash, come back upstairs. The next day it was gone.
You think the fan which is there is scary, or you think it could have been someone?
The thing is, I'm a fan of history, and I had to research this about her.
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool. So it wasn't about like, oh, that's just fucking terrifying. No, I was like, oh, cool. I saw one.
That's cool. Let me burn it in a pit of fire.
Yeah, let me go fucking toss this shit in the trash.
Trash.
Because it's kind of like me and being into history and shit like that. You don't get that scared feeling. Kind of like when you're a fan of like directors and actors.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the same feeling as if you go in blind and knowing shit about actors, directors. You just, oh, I like the movie. Let me just watch the movie. But if you know the actors, you know who directed it, you know who, the fucking cinematographer is, all that shit, you get a different experience. You're like, let's see if they can put a good performance out there.
Yeah.
So
That's how I felt about that shit. Like, whenever I see things that I've already researched, they're like, oh, cool.
It's like a no-brainer. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is pretty cool.
So is
awesome.
is that just you? You don't? Do you get scared? Like, do you scare easily? Like jump scares or movies when you watch stuff? Like,
Yeah, I do. I get jump scared.
Sometimes, if it really gets me off guard, like remember when we went to go watch It 2?
oh yeah,
That what's
Lumberjack.
the Lumberjack one, that shit got me by surprise.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that jump scare to get
But
me.
other than that, everything else was like predictable. Like whenever I watch a scary movie, I can already pinpoint when we're gonna get a jump scare. It's usually when the music goes down and there's no sound,
Have you watched any of my movies?
and then all of a sudden, bah, bah, you're like,
Your movies.
yeah. Like you seen the one about what was it, The Nun?
Yeah.
The
there's
Nun,
Some
yeah.
shit. Was that the one where the trailer had the thing where like they would turn off the light, and then you see that a lady figure,
Yeah.
Yeah. The
and then he
painting.
would turn
yeah.
on the light and nothing's there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he would turn it off again, and it would get closer,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
and then turn it on,
And
then
the,
turn
the
it off again,
eyes. The
and,
eyes were like yellow.
and then when he turns it on again, blah.
Yeah, I hated.
I
I
knew
didn't like the premise of the film. It wasn't that much. Like it was more jump scares than how the other ones were set up. There wasn't a lot of story.
I'm just like a terrible person to watch a movie with, like especially a scary movie, because I'm gonna be laughing my ass off. Because I already predict like what shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, but in the case of Mr. Voorhees, yes, I am a big fan of your movies.
Just the
Thank you.
For me, it's just the first one I liked.
First one,
Thank you.
Although the
Freddy versus Jason. I
love Freddy versus
Oh.
Jason, but it wasn't a scary
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it's not scary. It's more like
It's
a
more like a competition, like
slasher, action slasher.
like a
Yeah.
sport. Like I
Almo-
watched it like like a sport movie. I watched it.
I would say, out of all,
Everybody was making before hashtags was a thing. Everybody was like, "Oh, I'm Team Freddy. I'm Team
Team Freddy.
Jason and shit."
So cheesy.
I remember when the movie
I was Team
coming
Jason.
out,
Team Jason.
like me,
I
and
was Team Freddy because that motherfucker used to scare the fuck out of me.
Bro,
me
he's
and my friends were
that fucking pedophile, bro. That fucking Drake motherfucker.
me and
For real?
me and my friends would like make a
In
a
real life?
competition.
No, the in Freddy vs. Jason. What I know,
No, I know the Freddys. That's how
Yeah.
that's how he got burned and killed.
he was that's why he like stalked children.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the police wouldn't do shit, so the
The town.
parents, the parents got together and they burned his house down and with him inside.
yeah.
Like Candyman.
Oh yeah. I actually haven't
I don't know,
watched.
that movie seemed kind of low budget as fuck, so I
I
never fucked
watched
with it.
it.
Also, bees, dude.
Spoiler
I
alert?
have a phobia of bees, so I can't watch that shit.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for the first one or the new one that came out this year in 21.
I hate when you do this. The new one.
21. We're just fact checking. You know, we got a fact checking. You know, they.
Oh, did you know the original one? He
Let them know what happened about the 007 movie. Sorry to interrupt. Let them know.
Oh, we're not giving spoilers. I mean, if you're a Daniel Craig fan for 007, but the guy fucking ruined it for me. Even though I didn't pay any money, but you know,
did you see about the?
I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry. Goddamn it, no tears.
Did you see in the Candyman movie, the first one?
I actually never seen it. I know the.
Me neither. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I know the actor. He got paid to
$1,000 per bee sting.
Yeah. I would have been.
I think he ended up with like $32,000.
Oh man, he could have gone high. 32 stings.
Because he got $1,000 per sting.
I wonder how many.
Remember that movie was a low budget movie, so
that's true. I wonder how many stings it takes to get you get killed.
Just imagine, dude. That's like almost our yearly salary off of just bee stings, dude.
If you ever got bitten by that's scary. Getting stung by a bee, it just hurts.
Fuck that, dude. I see a fucking bee, dude. I have a legit phobia of that shit.
Save the bees.
Just seeing it on a screen.
Yeah, so you do scary.
Fucking terrifies me. I can't even see that shit.
So when the bee movie came out, you're just like
Yeah, that's just animated.
turn it off.
No. I never saw that movie, but like
No,
dude, that movie was creepy.
Why are they all singing? Why are they all singing?
Like the fact that the girl falls in love with a bee, that's creepy as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait, is that bestiality?
Yep.
Yeah.
What is a bee?
Bestiality.
Bees aren't beasts though.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
In sticology, I don't know.
But yeah,
laying down that work.
yeah, Freddy versus.
I know bees are not insects, guys. Don't fact check me.
Yeah, Freddy versus Jason was a fun film, but my favorite one would be the kind of like the unannounced the prequel to Freddy versus Jason, which is Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh,
if you guys haven't,
a movie?
Yeah, I actually have it on my Vudu if you guys want to watch it. But
Freddy Goes to Hell.
Yeah,
Jason Goes to Hell.
Jason Goes to Hell.
So the movie basically it's, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna spoil it because the movie came out like in
Spoiler alert.
90s, but spoiler alert. But it's the introduction of Freddy.
He goes to hell.
Yep.
There it goes. End of story. All right, move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, basically. That's probably the quickest and the best.
It was a prequel?
Yes. So at the end credits, before they even did end credits, Jason ends up getting killed by his blood family, because in the premise of the movie is the only way of him actually dying. You have to get, for Voorhees to die, is they have to be killed by Voorhees. So he gets killed by her. Is kind of like I guess like family, like cousin, like.
Okay, I was gonna say because he only had a mother, and the mother dies in the first one. So
Yeah, it's like cousin and cousin, still blood related.
Same thing with like Michael Myers. Only
Yeah.
family could kill him.
That
Yeah.
shit's cheap.
And
You think about it,
we'll go who's the most cheapest.
especially for the fucking Jason one, like a cousin. Come on, man.
Yeah, still blood. You know,
It's still blood.
You
Yeah,
know,
but that's like fucking like what 25% or less.
It's still blood.
you know,
Yeah, but like, come on, man.
you know how these country
It's not
country
25.
folk are.
Less probably.
Nah.
Because what type of cousin we're talking about?
First,
You think it was the first cousin that killed him?
I think it was like the first cousin.
to be-
had to be.
Had to be a distant ass relative though.
It was basically like her
Mom's brother.
something like that. But anyway, he ends up.
Her mom's brother.
So
Su tío.
so anyway,
Su tío Borges lo mató.
so anyways, like he ends up killing him, and basically, what happens is like, he's like there's like basically an entity in him that, you know, I guess is a higher power, but he ends up getting dragged into this like the sand, and he gets to getting dragged like if he's going to hell.
Yeah.
And
does he see that fucking big ass demon from Spawn? You
oh,
remember that one?
I know what you're talking about. No,
That fucking claymation motherfucker.
if they put him in, that would have been a nice introduction.
That
Imagine Spawn facing Jason.
He spawns a loser.
Oh, speaking of that, who did you guys pick? Did you guys see the Alien vs Predator?
Oh yeah,
Nah.
No.
you never see
Well, you know who the
AVP
both are, right?
AVP Riku.
What team were you on that one?
I was Predator. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too. I always thought they were dope as
I
fuck.
never knew what
Yeah.
the fuck was the alien, bro. I didn't really watch the whole thing.
It's because their movies.
You
are
don't
not,
discriminate. I like that.
Are the movies called Alien?
I sit
Oh,
down and
Yeah.
I watched some of it.
Take
I'm
both
like,
takes.
You know they're not
I don't
even.
fuck with
I
it.
always thought that was weird. Why the fuck is that one called Alien when the Predator is also an alien. But that's only until you realize they're actually called xenomorphs.
I don't know, bro.
And the movie's just called Alien.
Prometheus.
Yeah, that was a weird ass movie.
Yeah, it was a weird movie, but I think it looked like, scary. Probably because just all the jump scares and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Cheap.
yeah. But going back to the premise of Jason Goes to Hell, so he ends up getting sucked into hell, and the last thing is left is his mask. You're like, oh, okay, he's dead.
Nope.
And then you're waiting for a couple of seconds, and you see Freddy's claws come out, and then he just brings him down, like brings the mask in.
Oh, so that's why they had that weird little thing in the beginning of Freddy vs. Jason, where I think Freddy was having trouble getting these kids because they go to Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, I need some help." So
yeah,
he goes and brings Jason out to cause some chaos.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why he comes back, because they end up thinking it's Freddy, but in actuality it's Jason. It's basically them fighting each other. They're like, basically he's taking his kill count.
But it's funny how Jason ends up teaming up with the humans to
beat
Freddy.
See, that's why I liked Jason, because it was kind of like at the end he was kind of like the good killer out of all of them.
I love that scene where Jason, I guess, is asleep. So Freddy's trying to kill him. Dreams. So Robert Englund is like going like this. Thrusting and shit as like fucking Jason ping pong between
it's like a pinball because he's
totally it was like fucking ping pong. They had the ping pong noises as he hit all the
the pinball stuff,
like a bunch of pipes and shit.
Because basically Freddy got in
that Freddy humor.
Freddy got in his dreams, but it works for the movie. But I mean,
you remember that? I don't know if it was. I don't think it was. Maybe it was Freddy vs. Jason too, where they had he turns into the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, the same thing for Freddy vs. Jason, where because there was a pothead and he's like, let me smoke this joint, and after that,
he comes out hitting the hookah and shit.
That's why I like the movie, because it was like funny at some points, but it was a good like slasher film of like where you get the good the bloody scenes. Especially when Jason in the beginning, where he kills the douchebag of a boyfriend, where he's like, Cindy, get the fuck over here. I'm not gonna tell you again.
Oh,
and it was like
they were fucking on the bed, right? And
in the bed.
To take a shower, and that's when Jason pops up and he just fucking.
Yeah, Jason so the guy's like, oh shit. He turns over on his back, try to escape, and Jason literally just stabs through him. And you see the machete going through. Where the camera's underneath the bed frame, and you see it just guts and all. And then just to top it all off, he's just like, man, fuck this guy, and literally folds the fucking mattress in half. So the guy's
with the frame, dude. He fucking pancakes his ass.
Yeah. So I mean,
but that's kind of a bit of a copy with the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, when
with Johnny Depp's character.
Yeah.
Like he makes a hole on his stomach, and then just fucking sucks him in, and then you see this fucking cascade of blood.
Maybe that was a reference, like they were trying to do it, but it was kind of like
I think it was like an Easter egg.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah,
right?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, but that movie was good.
Oh yeah, dude, that's one of the rare movies I've seen more than once.
Yeah, and also the quotes too.
I'm gonna watch it again.
The quotes too, just for Jason.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Wait, you said the quotes?
Yeah.
But for Jason?
Yeah.
Did you realize that you did say that the quotes for Jason?
Oh yeah, just Freddy's quotes. They're just funny as
There you go. That's a correction right there. So you don't get fucking massacred in the comment section. If we had one.
Yeah.
If we had one.
But just
you know my boy doesn't talk?
Yeah, just Freddy's comment where he's like, got your nose.
Dude, that's the one I fucking always quote. He's like, got your nose.
Or
I love that shit.
Or when he's like, welcome to my world, bitch. That one.
You think that's where they got that from in Rick and Morty? That's what he's always saying, bitch.
Scary Terry. Yeah, that's where he got it.
Bitch.
No way.
Yeah. He always says bitch in that movie.
You never seen Rick and Morty?
Nah, I've seen some episodes, but I can't get into it like that.
See the episode with Scary Terry. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, it's basically
Freddy.
Dimensional version.
Come here, bitch.
And that's extraterrestrial version of Freddy. Man, I thought the mics blew out just because of 12 midnight.
Imagine right now we're like talking shit, and then you hear it out of nowhere, like through our ears.
Nah, devil's hours
Get
is
out
like
of my house.
devil's hours 3 o'clock.
That's not 3 o'clock yet. That actually used to happen at my old. I had an old apartment, and it was
That's
like
Nevin's young son.
Baby Yoda,
young Grogu.
let me see the kid.
I want to see the child.
Join the dark side.
And I remember, you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
I
But
can,
your
hear,
mic
I
is
can
kinda,
hear you like pretty low, but
Yeah.
Now?
Your mic is kind of.
nah, I can only hear you
Now?
right.
Yeah,
I can
there
hear
we
you
go.
perfectly.
Yeah, I just had to adjust. But I used to live in that same neighborhood that I was telling you guys in the Westridge neighborhood where they had that church.
Oh yeah, but like talking about like having creepy as fuck houses on the neighborhood. You guys said you guys had one, right?
Yes.
That one house that people were like, "What the fuck?"
Yes.
I remember I used to have one close to, because I always lived near my elementary and high school.
Which elementary did you go to?
Well, it doesn't exist anymore. It's called Peabody Elementary.
Peabody.
They turned it into a Row Middle School.
Mr.
a
Peabody?
private school. And
Where
shit.
where was that located in?
Augusta, northwest side,
Oh, Augustus.
by the Ukraine village.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
And I remember this one house. It was like all of our houses were kind of like buildings
Mhm.
with multiple apartments,
Yeah.
but that one was the only one that was like a house, but it was like a wooden type house, and it had crosses. Like it was like decorated in crosses.
Is it teared down now? Is it not
It's,
there?
I think it probably got torn down. I haven't
Mm.
been there in years, but like I'm pretty sure it's gone now. But that place was weird, dude. Like the whole house was decorated in crosses. The front lawn had fucking crosses all over the fucking place. Like it was more crosses than house, and we never knew who the fuck lived there.
That is fucking strange. I don't think I ever had anything that weird like going on at
Strange.
like we had just that church, but I don't know. I think just being in a Catholic family, like you always heard stuff or
Yeah,
shit
always stories.
or things that follow wrong. I remember for a good while, my dad used to have these nightmares,
Fuck.
and I remember we were kids. It was until like we were in high school too. It was like from like small kids, like maybe like preschool, kindergarten, going up.
Something like this.
Oh, send that to me so I can like put it on reference right there so people can see if they haven't seen it. But that looks
Creepy, right?
So
Yeah.
weird. So strange.
I'll be scared just walking by I would run past that
Look how it
section of the
looked
block.
compared to everywhere else, all the buildings, and that was the only one that was
Right.
like,
Yeah, it's strange.
It's like everything else is like modern.
yeah.
Yeah, but I remember my dad used to have these nightmares. And these nightmares would consist of a witch that he would see in his nightmares. And it would be, he never really described the witch. I know he said it was just dark, black hair, kind of like imagine like like Yorona or
The
type
nun.
like witch where it's like they're hiding under their hair and stuff. But bro, I remember as a kid, and it would happen all the time. And it would just like it scarred like me and my brothers as kids because my mom told us like you waking up the kids and stuff, but it was like literally scary because it was like it would happen a lot, and we never knew why. It was like why would this happen? Like what has happened? But it was always the same thing, and it would always be the witch was literally trying to like kill my father, and my dad would always cuss at it or he would scream at it. So it'd be like it's like chinga. So in a lot of like in being Mexican and stuff, my dad always told me from his mom when he ever experienced things that were supernatural, you'd want to curse it in God's name because that would like, it would kind of like imagine if it was like overpowering a demon because it's like using God's name to to shun it away to put it back where
That's what I told you earlier.
Where it came
When
from.
I was at Congress, I would pray.
And did you feel things got a little less?
Yeah, I will
tense?
feel way better.
Oh shit! Yeah,
What?
Yeah, bro.
yeah. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird just because you know,
like how Lewis said, if you believe in that, then you believe in the good too.
yeah,
But if you just believe in the bad, then you're fucked. I feel like because you can't really go to anybody to help you out.
yeah, it's a
You're
good
like
point.
on your own.
Yeah, I remember just finishing on the story of that with my dad, because I remember he would, you know, curse in God's name and always, you know, go away. And as kids, we always get scared because we're like, you know, we're like, what is that, like something that's following us? Because they always followed us from every house where we were. And, you know, my dad would do the holy water on the doors and, like, you know, windows, supernatural style. And it would go away. And, but I remember, I think just supernatural shit just always followed us. I remember, speaking of that, that actually happened in Mexico.
Shit.
When I went to Mexico years ago. I know, Louis, you haven't been there in a minute. And that's probably one of the reasons why I would say, it's, you know, not to go back. But I remember we lived in a little, I'm pretty sure where you guys were from was like a little cul-de-sac, a little pueblito, you know, not that far, less than a mile, like in length, and like kind of like width is like 6-8 blocks. But I remember we used to live in, where we used to live, it was a little pueblito. And this pueblito was like, they were not that far. They had a little church. You go out, and we lived in like the edge of a cul-de-sac, basically the edge of the little pueblito. And I remember as a kid, my cousin's house was literally across from the church, from the cul-de-sac. So basically, if you guys are watching on the podcast on YouTube, you guys will probably see the reference. But
subscribe.
Yeah, but imagine you would go from an L screen, like, you know, an L shape, to go to our house. And if you wanted to cut through, the church is in the middle.
Fuck.
And it was one night, literally, where me, my older brother, and my cousin, it was literally past 9 o'clock. So we had to be home by before 9 o'clock. If not, we were going to.
No fucking lights, bro.
Yeah, we're going to get our butts whooped. Like, we feared that more than whatever crossing over the church, like
entity.
Yeah, cutting through the church. We weren't even thinking about it.
La putizas, but
Yeah, the putizas. Yeah, that's
I rather get kidnapped than get a putiza.
yeah, and
Jesus.
literally, we thought about it, like, let's cut through, and like we'll save like maybe 5-10 minutes instead of going around.
Switch over to Geico.
And from there, we're like, all right, let's do it. And the church is like an old school. Imagine, like, you ever seen like just old churches in Mexico and stuff. Like, you know. So just to get across the church, we can go through the gate and stuff, but there's a brick wall, a barrier, maybe like 5 feet in height. We can jump over it. There's a little, but in between the barrier, that's like basically the brick barrier, is basically a foot gap in between. So there's the wall, and then in between is a foot gap, and then another wall, and those barriers were just cutting off basically houses, you know, just because they're property. And we're like, all right, let's do it. We'll all get up on the ledge of the church brick wall, and that's right over, maybe 2 feet to get over. And we get there. We're just there, and we're like, all right, let's jump over. My cousins are already up front. They already jumped over. They took a step of 3 feet to go on to the other brick wall barrier, waiting for me. And as we're all crossing, in the foot barrier, just in the pocket, going down about 10-15 feet, there's a black shadow, a woman in black hair, looking at us.
I'm running.
And everyone fucking sees it.
I'm fighting it now.
And we all, bro, I don't know what we did. We all jumped. I literally hopped over. Didn't even, like, you know, take my time to get down. I literally, like, superhero landed on the floor. We all ran, and we never told our parents about that. But I remember just the stuff in Mexico of that stuff. Like, you know, I'm not saying, like, don't go to Mexico, it's scary, and, you know.
Some parts, some towns.
Yeah, but everything has its, you know, you got to respect it in a way where it's like, if you don't mind it or pay attention,
Don't fuck with it.
don't fuck with it. We had this little bridge actually going outside of the pueblito because we had this little thing called Tres Puentes. So going out of our little cul-de-sac is like the next pueblo is on a dirt road, our next town, little town over. And I remember just on our exit of our little pueblo, there was a bridge. And in that bridge, they said you can hear a baby crying
La Llorona.
for help. Yeah, because the bridge was basically under right next to a little dry riverbed, but the grass was like literally like way high, and they would literally. I would never go over there. I would never cross over the bridge, just because I never wanted to deal with that.
What was that?
They're here.
Oh shit.
Oh, look at that! Kind of scared me a little bit.
Yo, I thought we were fucking done. I thought we were gonna die, bro.
That was
Luckily, we brought the black-haired lady to interview us.
welcome, La Llorona. We do that. We can dive into this because I know you guys are talking about elevators, and there's a little bit of fear of elevators and stuff. So I brought this book. If you guys don't know this book called "Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark." There you go. You can look at it. It's written. So it says written by Alvin Schwartz, and the drawings by Stephen Gamble. You can see it. But these were popular back in elementary school. And I remember our teachers during Halloween would read it, and they would also have audio dialogues of the readings. And
Dude, I literally thought that noise from the door opening, you made it. Right.
no, yeah, I thought
That's
that
why I
was,
didn't react to it. Only this guy.
yeah.
reacted.
The images on here are look pretty disturbing, and they actually they're not. You can't get them in schools anymore. Before you be able to like bring them in,
You
and
want us to read one of them or something?
yeah, I actually have one that's
Go ahead, read the first one.
Let me see.
I was actually an ESL student, so
What does that mean?
that means I'm gonna be reading like this, and I'm gonna not read it.
You're like,
Cut.
today,
Re-
Junior.
Yeah, I got these short ones that you guys might like. I know Lewis is more of a direct, more fluent one. But I think this one's a good. That way I can man the controls.
Lewis is from Mexico. Remind you.
But I speak like a white person. Should we start now?
Yeah, or you want to start?
The girl who stood on a grave. Some boys and girls were at a party one night. There was a graveyard down the street, and they were talking about how scary it was. Don't ever stand on a grave after dark, one of the boys said. The person inside will grab you. He'll pull you under. That's not true, one of the girls said. It's just a superstition. I'll give you $1 if you stand on the grave, said the boy. Losing breath. A grave doesn't scare me, said the girl. I'll do it right now. The boy handed her his knife. Stick this knife in one of the graves, he said. Then we'll know you were there. The graveyard was filled with shadows, and it was as quiet as night. There was nothing to be scared of, the girl told herself, but she was scared anyway. She picked out a grave and stood on it. Then quickly she bent over and plunged the knife into the soil and started to leave, but she couldn't get away. Something was holding her back. She tried a second time to leave, but she couldn't move. She was filled with terror. Something has got me, she screamed, and she fell to the ground. When she didn't come back, the others went to look for her. They found her body sprawled across the grave. Without realizing it, she had plunged a knife through her skirt and had pinned it to the ground. It was only the knife that held her. She had died of fright.
Fuck.
Yeah, but I remember listening to those as a kid, and they're good stories too. Which one's that one? I could read that one. I think you might like this one. This one's called "The Room for One More." I'll probably read this one, and then let Let me see. I can man this one. I can multitask. So this one's called Room for One More. Let me know when you guys are ready.
Ready.
All right.
I am ready.
A man named Joseph Blackwell came to Philadelphia on a business trip. He stayed with friends in the house they owned outside the city. That night, they had a good time visiting, but when Blackwell went to bed, he tossed and turned and couldn't sleep. Sometime during the night, he heard a car turn into the driveway. He went to the window to see who was arriving such a late hour. In the moonlight, a long black hearse filled with people. The driver of the hearse looked up at him. When Blackwell saw his hideous face, he shuddered. The driver called out to him, "There's room for one more." Then he waited for a minute or two, and he drove off. In the morning, Blackwell told his friends that what had happened to him. "You were dreaming," they said. "I must have been, but it didn't seem like a dream." After breakfast, he went into Philadelphia. He spent the day high above the city in one of the new office buildings that they had there. Late in the afternoon, he was waiting for an elevator to take him down to the street. When it arrived, it was very crowded. One of the passengers looked out to him. "There is room for one more," he said. It was the driver of the hearse. "No thanks," said Blackwell. "I'll get the next one." The doors closed and the elevator started down. There was shrieking and screaming, then the sound of a crash. The elevator had fallen to the bottom of the shaft. Everyone on board was killed. And that shit got me scared of elevators, so I stayed away from fucking elevators.
Goddamn.
As a kid. Yeah, these books fucked me up, especially just all the stuff that went on and stuff.
This was a small one?
Yeah. It's everything's so there's actually scary stories to tell in the dark. Sorry. They released a movie by Guillermo del Toro that's been out, which surprisingly we haven't even seen it yet. But maybe we'll probably do that.
This one's a small one.
All right, go for it.
This one's called The Voice. Ellen had just fallen asleep. She heard a strange voice. "Ellen," it whispered. "I'm coming up the stairs. I am on the first step. Now I am on the second step." Ellen got scared and called her parents, but they didn't hear her. And they didn't come. Then the voice whispered, "Ellen, I'm on the top step. Now I'm in the hall. Now I'm outside your room." Then it whispered, "I'm standing right next to your bed." And then, "I've got you," Ellen screamed, and the voice stopped. Her father rushed to the room and turned on the light. "Somebody's in here," Ellen said. They looked and looked. Nobody was there.
He's about to get his soul sucked.
Goddamn.
Hearing all that shit, I would never sleep in my fucking room.
Oh yeah. Growing up, you guys always having siblings. You guys never had your own room, right?
Never.
So I'm pretty sure that probably kept you guys from experiencing, more of like those like one-on-one encounters
We experienced shit together.
together. Slasher films. I was gonna say, who would you say is your top rank? Like
Killer?
Yeah.
Freddy.
Yeah, I say Freddy. Jason is a close second.
I would go with Jason.
I'm going to go with Freddy first.
Why?
Fucking Freddy, because he gets you while you're sleeping. He gets you
he's
while
very
you're
unique.
tired.
He's the most unique one.
He
compared
gets
to
you when
everybody
you're
else.
awake. He gets you whenever he wants.
Yeah.
And then my second one is going to have to probably be...
Leatherface.
Nah, not Leatherface.
Definitely not Michael Myers.
Definitely not Michael Myers.
His
Or
movies are
Chucky.
His movies are boring.
Did you see the stuff of just the latest one with the scene where he ends up fighting 20 people and everyone had weapons and they couldn't kill him?
Yeah.
Who?
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
They made him seem like a ninja.
Really?
Yeah. It was like a ninja scene.
Yeah, and it was but I've never seen. I haven't seen it, but maybe if we change my mind. But
It was a bunch of scrubs killing him though.
Did they kill him at the end or what?
but I mean, if you're gonna own your shit and and do it, you gotta do it. Especially Michael Myers, like
Yeah, if you're gonna kill him with a gun, you gotta kill him like right
yeah.
there.
But I would definitely go with Jason, just because Jason was out here promoting safe sex.
Who, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good Christian.
Thank you.
Imagine, and anything's going on, like those scenes. He would come in and save the day. So, he was out there. Yeah, he had a good purpose in mind. Just think of that. So, if you think of canceling Jason, don't cancel Jason.
I'm gonna probably have to say Freddy
He
one.
did kill everybody. Like,
And then
there was no
Counselors, right?
What was he call it? Like, he didn't choose based on race or gender or whatever. Like, he just went for anybody.
Oh yeah.
And then Jeepers Creepers second.
Oh, Jeepers
Oh
Creepers,
yeah. Isn't that based also?
only
like,
1 and 2?
Is that also that's based off like a sexual predator or something? What was the premise of the character?
I'm not sure, but he was Predator vibes.
Was he an alien?
Something like that.
I have
I
no
think he was
idea.
an alien that would only feed like every some years.
Yeah, like 27 years or.
Isn't that the same as fucking It?
It will definitely be number 3.
Because I'm pretty certain it was 27 years.
Because
Also.
when I was little, the It movies didn't hit as much as the
Really?
Nah.
Jeepers
Oh
Creepers
no,
movies.
that scarred my little brother or it because he
Jeepers
was
Creepers?
it just because of
The movie that scarred me though was
Bubble,
13
Bubble the
Ghosts.
Clown.
Have you guys seen 13 Ghosts?
Yeah, nah, that shit is weak.
13 Ghosts.
It was weak. Watching it again, that's just fucking hilarious.
When did that come out?
I don't
Long
know,
time
but
ago.
I saw it when I was a kid.
80s.
Like, 2000s. Early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s. I saw it when I was a kid, dude, and that shit gave me nightmares for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's my top 3.
But then I currently watched it again, and
Ready?
that shit's fucking dumb as fuck.
Jeepers Creepers. And then It.
You don't like Jason?
Number 4? Nah, not really. Jason didn't really
What?
scare me like that. He didn't really scare me.
I wouldn't say yeah. Definitely, Freddy is on the top where it's kind of like face to face. But I would, honestly, I would say like
The most terrifying is Freddy, man. Let's be honest.
Freddy, yeah. His fucking skin. I just want to peel his skin, bro.
true. And then he's gonna want to.
Just my 3rd-degree burns.
Then he's gonna want to do things to me.
Skin.
That's even worse.
Let's be honest. If he wanted to, he would do it.
Yeah, and that would probably.
There's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
No, because it was like disturbing. Because in the Predator vs. Jason, there's one part where basically the girl, he was gonna have his way with her, and he was gonna use his claws. He's like, and basically he's like, don't worry. He's like, the first times always gets a little messy. And I'm like, oh hell no, what the fuck?
Come on, you don't expect anything less from that guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on.
That's small. That's even.
In fact, I'm
small
pretty
tier.
sure if it wasn't like if it was real, he would do a lot more heinous shit than he did in the movies.
Yeah, people are fucked up these days. Do you guys hear about that TikTok star
Oh, yeah.
who
He killed his wife.
and the boyfriend?
No, he killed his wife and her friend.
Really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
because he downloaded an app on his daughter's iPad that he could listen to what's going on.
Which one are you talking about? Because the one I'm talking about is
The dude that does the Scarface impressions?
yes. Okay. Then we're on the same one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But like what did he hear or what?
He basically heard a guy.
That's it?
That's it.
Yeah. So I guess
And then the report came out, and then her and the guy weren't even seeing each other.
yeah
That was just a mental issue.
the guy was crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy on his TikTok, if you look at his TikToks are cringe.
I think that's a lot of TikTok stars. I want to be surprised. A lot of TikTok stars are low key psychopaths. They're all in Cali.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
in their own world.
That's where all the famous serial killers,
True.
Zodiac.
Well,
Yeah.
the
Supposed to be the
Around
most
Zodiac.
fucked up ones come out of Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, for the fans, and also for me, because I feel like I'm not that versed, but who are some of the killers
Some real life killers.
from Wisconsin?
Was that one dude
Oh,
who he was gay and he would like coerce like gay people to come to his apartment, then he would kill them, have sex with them, then eat their bodies.
Holy fuck.
Forgot his fucking name. He's really famous though. Infamous. I think.
Did he come out in Masterminds?
What's Mastermind?
He must have. You were the one that told me about Mastermind. Or Mindhunter.
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 I was like Mastermind. When you said Mastermind, I'm thinking I was like
Chef Ramsay.
He killed everybody in that show.
fucking raw. I like it fucking.
Finally, some good fucking food.
Work harder. And you see
Where's the lamb sauce?
the fucking kid? Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. Oh God.
I keep thinking Ed Gein, but I think Ed Gein was from Wisconsin.
I'm trying to look him up. Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer, there it is. That guy's from Wisconsin.
I did not know he was gay.
That's crazy.
Damn, that's
Did he die by chair or
No, some guy
killed him?
pulled a shank on him in the shower and killed him.
Oh, in prison?
Yeah.
good.
Fuck.
Get the guy a couple years off.
Everybody was like fucking deeming that guy a hero for doing that shit.
I mean, yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, just
Look up Ed Gein. Is he also Wisconsin?
I would just add
ED and then is GEIN. Something like that.
Let's see, Edward Theodore Gein, also known as the Butcher of Plainfield or Plainfield Ghoul, was an American convicted murderer and body snatcher.
Where's he from? Let's see.
Yep, it says the La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Yep. I'm telling you, Wisconsin has the nastiest killers, dude.
But you know what's crazy too? And do you guys remember the
I think even fucking the other guy. Remember the most famous guy?
Ted Bundy?
People
Bundy, I
from
think
Wisconsin
he-
are
I think-
fucking
I thought he was
weird.
Illinois.
I'm not sure. Do I check it out? So we don't have a doubt.
Yeah, I'm young Jamie over here.
Jamie, look up serial killers, please.
Ted Bundy.
Where's he at?
He said he was born in Burlington, Vermont. But I think he probably moved.
Yeah, he probably moved around because Vermont is like fucking East
New
Coast.
York.
As fuck. Yeah.
When I think about Vermont, I think about New York.
I think of Maine. I think of
Literally,
Maine,
in that
yeah.
area,
That area.
everything is surrounded by New York.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. You
Yeah.
think of Maine, Connecticut, fucking all that shit.
All that freaking.
All the 13 colonies, the most famous one is always going to be fucking New York.
yeah. Mindhunter is definitely a good show.
I watched like 2 episodes of it.
I watched the whole thing.
I watched 2 seasons, and then I think I probably just have a bad just keeping over shows. But I forgot to finish it. But it's good.
Sometimes I get sad when people, they just look at me and they say no. I get
How about
sad.
yes? Let's
Yeah.
get a PSA
Yeah.
out here.
Can we get somebody to say, please kill me today? And that would,
He wouldn't kill that person
roll
Yeah.
my sleeves
because
up.
he goes against the norm.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a good Christian.
When you say no,
Yeah.
you kill them. When they say yes, you let them go.
Promoting safe sex.
Yeah.
He's using for Halloween. He's not passing out.
Wait, you say
Damn.
promoting safe sex?
Yeah, Jason's promoting.
Oh, you
safe
said
sex.
save sex.
Safe
What?
sex.
Okay, I thought you said same sex.
Same
Safe.
sex.
Safe.
Same.
I was like, what you mean by that?
Same sex.
I get it now.
We're on Spotify and Apple Music.
Love is love. Shout out to Plug. You can listen to the Diverted podcast.
What
on
song you promoting on Apple Music?
The Diverted Podcast.
podcast.